Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VII, The Princeless Bride. In the last episode, we returned the skull of Count Seppish back to Count Seppish, and we got the Horseman's Fife. So now we can travel to Etheria whenever we need to. We also found out that we need to contact Lady Mab in order to contact Oberon and Titania, the rulers of this kingdom, in order to get to the volcano and hopefully reunite with Rosella and hope no harm has befallen her. I don't think any harm has befallen her yet, though, but we are dealing with a volcano, so anything is possible. Unfortunately, Mab is trapped in a block of ice, and we need to talk to the Fates, Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos, which suddenly reminds me of columns on the Sega Genesis. We need to tell them about that. So last time my microphone cut off shortly after I showed up in Etheria, and I had to do future me vocals kind of like Proton John or Nintendo Capri Sun. I know Nintendo Capri Sun's done at least a few times. Mostly it's Proton John. Waiting on the fairies, though I could easily skip this. Turns out that was because my microphone wasn't completely plugged into my splitter. I always use a headset. In this case, a Logitech H111, which I've been using for a few years now, albeit buying multiple headphones of that model, just to ensure that I always have headphones. And I didn't plug it into the splitter all the way when I noticed after the video. That's why I was suddenly getting static when I was editing the last video. Thankfully, I'm now making sure that my microphone is plugged completely into my splitter, which connects to the back of my desktop computer that I'm using to record this. So, 1, 5, 6, 4... and we need to touch the orb. In case you mess up, you touch the orb, and then you try again. That's why it wasn't working the first time. Now to talk to the Fates.
I have seen Mab, and she has been frozen into a lifeless statue of ice.
Ice always melts in the spring, mortal. Perhaps the Lady of Spring can tell you what may be done.
She of the flowers.
She of the forest.
The Lady of the Forest that they're talking about is Lady Ceres, but she is still in the form of a tree. So, what we need to do now is we need to go and do something that we haven't done before, and that's explore more of Etheria. I'm going to skip this. We've heard it once. We don't need to hear it again. And apparently every time there is a thing that you can skip on a screen, Valony seems to go slow. Or Rosella, in the case of Rosella. And oh dear. We need to click on the ground in order to go places. You can't just go to the end of the screen, wait for an error to show up, and then click. Ain't that simple. Thankfully, you just click on the ends, you'll get to where you need to go, and right there is where you will get the up arrow. Now here's something, some ambrosia. We're going to need to get that. But we can't grab it just like that. Also, hey random horse, how's it going? So, what we need to do is click on this branch right here, and then we can get the ambrosia. Now we just click on the ground to get back down. And we do need to be careful here, because there are these two flying ghost things. The white one that looks like a horse can bump you off, but there is also a gray one that looks more humanoid, and if he runs into you, if you wait too long, he will run into you, and he will kill you. He will just up and eat you. And then he has his face, he has this face that makes it look like he just won a FIFA tournament. If that death ever happens, I will mention it. But, there's not really much that we can do for now in Etheria. So it's time to do stuff. Okay. First of all, you can use the ambrosia on the fairies. Sorry about that brief silence, I had to look at my notes. I do remember stuff, and I don't really need to do practice runs on it, but still, it helps. And when you have the ambrosia out for the fairies, you will hear the whole song, rather than just the first 4 notes. That further clues you in on what you should play on the harp, to the north of here. So now, we need to go to, I believe, the forest. So we need to click on the lower right rainbow, and we will take it there. I'm surprised that doesn't kill you. Now, we need to use the ambrosia on this other statue. This will help us get another item. And just like that, we get our random Sega Genesis sounding sounds. And some food of the gods comes out of the horn. If we click on it, we'll get a pomegranate. Or pomegranate. For some reason, I cannot say that word right. And this is the ambrosia. I don't think I've shown it off. The ambrosia is going to be very useful. So now that we've gotten the pomegranate, we need to head back to Lord Attis. So that way, we can help Lady Ceres get back to the form that she needs to be. And I'm guessing Attis has given up here. Ugh.
Attis, I have sought help from Etheria, but the Lady Mab has been frozen by some horrible curse.
Frozen, you say? It is possible that my Lady Ceres could tell you how to thaw Mab, if only she could speak. She was the Lady of Spring.
Lady of Spring, not Lady of the Forest, like I said earlier. Well, we can't get any more info out of Attis, so let's give him the pomegranate.
My love.
Sweet husband, how I missed you.
I cannot stay, Ceres. I must go to Etheria and do what I can to help the volcano.
I know, love. I have work to be done as well. The forest has sustained much damage from Alicia's ugly curse, and I must make it right. You have my deepest thanks, dear lady.
And we have restored the Lady of the Spring, Ceres, to her human form.
Farewell, my friend.
I was going to click on her. Also, this looks very different without the tree. Wow. We're getting flowers and everywhere.
Lady Ceres, may I ask a question of you? Anything. I have seen Mab, Lady of Dreams, and she has been placed under a terrible curse. She's been frozen like a block of ice. Lady of Spring, what can be done for her? Frozen, you say? Let me think. I do recall a legend, yes. You must fill a shaft of crystal with purest sunlight. With that you can thaw her. But I must warn you, you cannot take any physical objects into the land of dreams while you are asleep, my lady. You will have to travel there awake.
Interesting. So we can't just go to sleep and then have all our items. It's not going to work that way. So we're going to have to find another way to get into the land of dreams so we can help Lady Mab.
Lady Ceres, how am I to travel to the realm of dreams while awake? What must I do? I do not know, child of humans. Perhaps you should speak with the three fates. There's very little they do not know.
Ah, back to Etheria it is.
Excuse me, but Go, sweet human. If we are to survive this crisis, we must all do our duties, and quickly. I must stay here and defend my forest. Do what you must do.
And with that, we can no longer talk to Lady Ceres, who has brought all these flowers on the ground, made these flowers grow back, and also put the leaves back on this tree. There is nothing more we can do here, so we need to go to Etheria again. And now we must talk to the Fates again. So let's put the fife away before we do anything. But I need to remember that the game still has you having that item as the cursor, even after you use it if it's a reusable item. Let's go ahead and skip that and go to the north. So that way we can go ahead and play the harp again. We should know how to play this at this point. And from here, it's back to the Fates.
I have seen Ceres, and she has told me that I must enter the land of dreams while awake. How can I do this, great ladies?
You must cheat the fabric of reality. You must ride on the wings of a dream.
There is only one who can do such a thing.
Our nephew, the weaver of dreams.
You will need this. It sometimes pleases our nephew to surround himself with the darkest terrors of night. Farewell, Valenice.
And we now have a dream catcher, which will allow us to see him. So, we need to go back up to where we found the ambrosia to meet the Dreamweaver. And even by skipping that cutscene, Valny seems to go slow. Again, I know I can press plus and minus to speed up and slow down Valany's, but I'm not exactly in the mood to do that, and the walking speed for this game suits me just fine. And there's that horse again. But we are now at the top here. And had we tried to go into the cave before, we would have died. The nightmare would have eaten us. But if we used the Dreamweaver, or not the Dreamweaver, but the Dream Catcher on the cave entrance, we can go in. But this will only work once. And we now have a dream catcher with something in it. Something tells me we're going to have to use that nightmare later. And as soon as we go in, we see the Dreamweaver.
Excuse me. Hello?
What do you want?
I need your help.
I help no one. I am the Weaver of Dreams, and that is all. Go away.
Had to click on him twice to get him to speak, and well, he doesn't seem to be of much help. Must not be a people person.
Go now, before I weave you a nightmare that will turn your hair white.
Well, we got your nightmare. Can you help us now?
Your aunts, the Fates, gave me this object to get past your nightmare. My business with you is most urgent.
You captured my nightmare in that little thing. How amusing. How irritating. I suppose I should have had a second creature on hand, but I seldom weave more than one at a time. Nightmares are solitary creatures, you know. They will destroy each other on sight.
Dreamweaver, listen to me. Oberon and Titania are missing, and Mab has been horribly cursed. I must reach her Isle of Dreams while awake and cure her, or all will be lost.
My precious sister is missing? You must go to Mab immediately. Wait, I will give you something.
A tapestry.
When you ride this magical tapestry, you can travel through dreams in the flesh. But be warned, you will be vulnerable. Hurry, mortal, hurry.
And with that, we have everything that we need. And at this point, we can now leave. And we cannot come back, because he will weave another nightmare. And that nightmare will kill us, if we even dare so try to enter again. So, we have a way to get to the dream world, but we still need a crystal. And we're going to have to do something rather drastic to get it. But I am fast approaching 20 minutes. and I want to get to a safe spot to end this video on. And I will do it over here. Because why not? So let's just wait for Valenice to get over here. And I'm going to go ahead. Wow, we made quite a bit of progress here today. Make a new bookmark and keep playing, because I want to keep the music on for the end of this. Join me next time, where we take on the task of getting a crystal. It's not exactly a place that you would expect to get it. I will tell you that much. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!